Hello, this is Victor at RestoreMercedes.com. That is me right there. That's all me right there, the shadow, because sun is behind me. But anyway, today I took this AMG out the driveway so I can work on it today. It's a really good day, and started right up. And the agenda for today would be, I really want to finish on supercharger pulley bearing, because I have the bearing in the freezer for the longest and I want to put the bearing in. I also have to look for the pulley for supercharger tensioner. I'll look that up. I think I had one laying around somewhere. And I want to do air cleaners because those are filthy. I have to clean up, replace the air cleaners. They're really bad. Cabin filter too, for that matter. I received that. Crankshaft position sensor for a good measure, because sometimes the car would stall out on me, which is not good, and it stalled out on the customer too. And expansion tank has not come yet. I did receive the grommet underneath, so it stays in tighter, because most likely the bottom grommets are also bad, so I got that one. I think there's supposed to be two, but it feels like one of them is alive. And yeah, one of them is alive and the other one is totally missing. We'll look down under. That's not even there. So we need to definitely put second grommet in that location where it's missing. If I do have time today, I might be able to do something with the trunk. I'm not sure, because the trunk is totally dead. I'm definitely, I feel like the wires are broken somewhere in the loom, so I want to find which one is broken, fix it up, because it's extremely annoying for me to deal with the key, the manual opening. It's very, very annoying to get to the trunk, because I want to keep parts in the trunk, and this is where we are. Okay, so supercharger bearing replaced. Nice and quiet now. No noise. Supercharger is turning. Here is an old bearing. This thing, it's pretty messed up. Now I'm keeping this pulley in there for now. This is bent pulley. Obviously I'm not keeping it, but just for now. Alright, so we just changed filters. I just want to start it up, take a look at the belt, make sure it doesn't fall off, warm up the engine a little bit. It's getting cold, so I just have some warmth coming from the engine, because I still have to go all the way in there to get to crankshaft position sensor. Once I had that replaced, then I'll move on to other things. So let's start it up. See at once. Open the window. I always keep the window open. We got power steering noise. So far so good. And it balanced out. Okay, so I removed the sensor, and sensor does seem to be quite fresh, and I'll show you why I think it is. Now we're gonna compare two sensors. This is the one that came out. As you can see, it has made in Germany, and the rest is shaved off. This is not damaged, this is deliberately destroyed. On the other side, the same thing, just destroyed. So mounting point is the way it is, and the tip is pretty relatively clean, just a little bit of dirt on it. But that makes me think that this is the counterfeit sensor. It doesn't seem to be original, so these things can give you issues. Now the original sensor, which is really not that much expensive than a knockoff, to be honest with you. This is the original sensor. It says Bosch on it. The number, part number, made in Germany, is also printed close enough, but as you can see, letter Y is past the center, right around here. So this print is smaller, and you have other things printed on it. On the other side, its production date, 2020, the week, 38th week. So as you can see, there are similarities, but there are differences. So sometimes these sensors that you get, the aftermarket ones, they don't work right. The tips slightly different as well. As you can see, this one protrudes more than the other. So I'm just saying, this is what I see. It did work, but car was stolen from time to time, so you do not want to have your car stalled. So these are the differences between the sensor that was removed, and this is the new sensor I'm putting in. Now it's getting late, and I'm about to cut it quits for a day. And I took this car out and I drove it up and down the block. Give it some gas. Oh, it moves all right. You know, compressor AMG, legendary car. This thing is really, really fast. Now, when I parked it back, no problems, you know, no smoke, no nothing, but I smell oil, and the same area that the oil was coming from, it seems like it's still coming from somewhere. It's all oiled up, terrible. So it was like a lot of oil in here. As you can see, I pressure washed the engine. This is all fresh over here. See all these little dots, fresh over here. There is some oil that I didn't pick up from power steering and AC compressor. You might see little puddles right there. See a little puddle over there. I just wiped them down a little bit. This is fresh, so there is definitely some oil coming out from somewhere. It's not as much as it was because I didn't go anywhere, I didn't drive far, but definitely that's engine oil. So now I know at least what it is. And the only I mean, first thing is first, oil filter in itself. Okay, so I replaced the oil filter. These are my garbage cans here, so I just showed the old filter here. About to throw it away. It wasn't as horrible as it could be. A couple of little shavings here and there, but this is a working engine. There we have a very kind piece of silicone, or some sort of, like, not even silicone, I don't even know what it's, like plastic. I don't know what it's doing there, but nonetheless it was there in the filter. And yeah, obviously it's old, but I replaced it because I was thinking that this main seal is leaking because it's rough. So I replaced it with another one, and I'm going to test it later. So see what's going on, if that's going to help the problem or not. Right now I'm gonna blow all the oil out, spray it out a little bit just to make it clean again, and see what happens. Valve cover, as you can see, is still dry. That's surprising because it was wet before. So I cleaned it, I wiped it down. Maybe, just maybe, it was some residual. I just hope for that. Also, as you can see, this is fresh. This wasn't there. These hoses I put on, you saw it on previous segments, these hoses were dusty and dry. So yeah, we do have a leak. There are a couple of possibilities. Obviously oil filter housing, and I kind of suspect one of the oil cooler lines, to be honest with you. This is the trunk situation. You can see somebody tried to do something, but they did not succeed. Wires are all broken here. This one is about to break. Yeah, right there. And this is the main ground, so obviously they try to splice it, dice it, what have you, but it's not the right way of doing things. You start from here and run it further, not at the edge. So, and I don't even know how they attached it. Let's take a look. It's just some tape. Yeah, okay, well, it's just okay, so I'm gonna solder new inserts here on these 3 cables so we can get trunk to work. Okay, so another quick over the cell phone video. So these are soldered now. These are the new cables soldered into the old ones, and 4 broken wires. Okay, these wires will remain as they are. The cover goes over, let them be free. It's stuck a little bit. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, here it is. They're stuck over here with this little clippy. That's great. A little zip tie here won't hurt. And then the rest is all I put in. I had this foam kind of insert, as you can see. The wire, I put zip tie it over to cables, so let them be sitting inside this little coffin so they don't make noises. So that's that for now. So we can put this cover more or less back in place, so I can at least have trunk that I can get in and out the trunk. This was very, very annoying not to get into the trunk, because I can put my, you know, like parts and stuff in here. I'm gonna leave it still open. I'm gonna probably put this thing last. I'm gonna put on this piece now. That's the covering that goes over the trunk here, so you don't see these wires. Otherwise it looks quite ugly. See exposed wires all over. I'll just do it real quick. Okay, there's a little clip here. Okay, so this is lined up. Okay, great. Now we close this, and we close the inner one. Inner one. Come on, buddy, close. There. Okay. And we'll put our little clip back in place. I'm gonna go deeper inside. One more. There. Now, here it is. The other clips and other things I will deal with later, because it actually clears it nice. Everything else I'll put it later, because the radio situation is unknown, so we'll have to check that out later. So I might have to go back in here. This panel was loose, no clips present, just laying there. I mean, not laying there, it was just sitting here, but it was just not secured. I'll put it back on the same way. So let's take a look here real quick. Close our trunk. Key opens. That's great. And now lights work too now. Second one here, but the third one is not connected. And then we'll put on our parking lights, and we also see license plate lights work, so that's a result. That's a good result. Okay, so like I said, plastic surround will go in last after I'm finished. See, somebody was here too. They didn't put the panel in right. It's these guys, bro. I'm telling you, they're supposed to be inside, man. Not like this. There. It's supposed to be like that. Straight. The clip holds it, so there's no rubbing going on here. See, small little things matter, because then you get situations that are very weird for no apparent reason. Okay, those inserts I do have. They're in this box, but like I said, I'm leaving this open because I don't know how well the panel goes, because it's all wrong. I mean, it doesn't reach here. This one reaches, this one is elevated, so I have to double check what's going on under, but not today. It's like 9:30. What is it, like 9 o'clock, 9:30? I don't know, late. So I want to finish it off for tonight and go back inside. I mean, it's just time to really relax. Oh, one more thing. The radio situation. The radio is extremely strange. Like, this is dead. There's something wrong with this thing. Seriously wrong. I'm gonna put on original old radio, see what happens, because that white screen is obviously not right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I'll put the original back in, see what happens, see if it works. Okay. Oh, there it goes. See, this is, I don't know what's going on. Something's wrong with the radio, but it's the least of our concerns. Okay, man, so I'm good for tonight. I'm done. I'm just gonna put all these video pieces together and let them be. Leave these lights hanging so I can have some light at night if I need to have light. It's like, so it sits here somewhere like this. So when I open the trunk at night, I have some. I have this one and I got that one, so I can see a little bit. But anyway, this is it for today. I gotta go inside. All right, man, I'll talk to you soon.